Hi and welcome along to But I Won't Do That, a weekly-ish podcast where I, Grant Mullen,
and myself, John Menezies,
somehow managed to cram a half-hour worth of garbage into a free podcast.
And sometimes there's a little bit of talk about music.
That's what we started the podcast for. So today we're going to be talking about song lyrics, but who knows what else we're going to be talking about.
We'll be going all over the place, don't you worry about that.
Why don't you find out with us? Enjoy. And we're back for another week. Podcast. Happy Saturday morning, everybody.
Oh, wow, the new podcast is out. Yippee-yay-yay!
You know, there are people in our world that they don't exactly set their watch by this podcast, but they do wait for us to come out. I think that's pretty nice.
I think it's fair. You know what? I like that when I get to work on Monday morning, I've got our podcast there on a Monday at work.
It's quite nice, isn't it? I've just started getting in the habit of listening to us.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it, to listen to yourselves?
I hate listening to myself.
I love listening to you.
Yeah, I like listening to you.
No, I like listening to you.
I like you listening to you better.
You're nicer.
You sound better. You sound all silky.
I listened to our podcast.
Like your hair.
I wish I wasn't recording this because I'd tell you a funny story about something somebody said about my hair on the weekend.
Oh.
I'll tell you in the break.
Yeah, tell me in the break. All right, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I won't say who it was.
I can't imagine anyone would say anything rude about your hair.
No,
you got glorious hair.
So
Look at that barnet.
There's this person that you and I both know.
Yeah.
And we've known them for a while. And they're older than us.
Yeah.
And there's this woman who is part of this couple who... So my hair. Just describe my hair to the viewers. To the viewers.
It's a lovely,
beauties.
Distinguished sort of a very light grey. It's a very smart, sharp haircut. Short back and sides, a bit longer, a nice bit on the top.
You even notice I'm starting to
described
try
it
and grow
probably.
a mullet. I'm trying to grow
That's the world's shortest mullet.
I know. I've just started.
Oh well, look, you're doing very well then. When did you decide that? Like yesterday.
Yes.
Your hair looks really good. You got nice, and you cut your own hair. I think we've mentioned that before on the pod. And that's important to know.
I'm white hair. I have white hair. I used
very,
to have dark hair.
Very light grey. It looks really distinguished and good.
Distinguished gentleman.
You're distinguished gentleman, and your beard almost matches. Your beard's a bit younger than your hair. You got a bit more black in your beard.
It didn't come till much later in my life.
Yeah.
So there's this woman who, I don't know if she's trying to be funny or if she's serious, but every single time I see her, she goes, "Oh, you've dyed your hair grey." And if I was going to colour my hair, let's just call her Tess, because that's her name.
Yeah.
Every time I say, she goes, "Oh, you've dyed your hair grey." If I were going to dye my hair, it wouldn't be this colour.
Yeah, you wouldn't be dyeing it grey. Although some people do.
Young lassies who have got their boobs up around their chin still.
Yeah.
You know, my boobs aren't around my chin anymore.
No.
In fact, I'm not wearing a bra tonight, have you noticed?
I have noticed. You are jiggling.
You just looked.
I do. Well, I had to have a look. Once you mentioned it, I thought I'd better have a look at that cleavage.
Anyway, I was listening back to our podcast this morning on my drive up to Launceston and noticed that sometimes it's a little bit harder to listen than other times. So I think I might let you do more talking today.
Oh, okay.
But we have got a song. Just in case you didn't realise, if this is your first time listening to But I Won't Do That, that means that you are now a beauty, a BIWTDT
or something. You're a beauty.
You're a beauty. If you're listening to our podcast, you're a little beauty.
But I won't do that as.
Yeah, we're going to say, but I won't do that as, or but I won't do.
Well, we abbreviated it to beauties.
Beauty, because
it sounds nice. It's Aussie.
You're a little bloody beauty. So, hey, just interested, we were just talking about your daughter before we get into the song. We were talking about your daughter, and she had an excellent point that we need to remind our listeners. Can you tell?
The excellent point is, and something we don't really think about because we just do this, is that unlike many other podcasts, we don't edit. We don't edit. I mean...
Might not come as a complete surprise to everybody.
Like when the music is slotted in, that's not edited in. Grant puts it in there in front of me.
Yes.
And then we just hit record and keep talking.
Yes.
Nothing is cut out. This is all completely raw.
Yeah, it is raw.
And we don't Whereas other podcasts edit out the rubbish, we just don't do rubbish.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We keep it in. We're like a Wagyu steak. We have all the fat in between the good bits.
Yeah, and you know what? You need a bit of fat. A bit of fat makes it delicious. And that's why our podcast is so delicious.
Then I must be mouth-watering.
You are mouth-watering and I am crispy. And together,
we
make
are
the perfect steak.
Wild stallion. No, that's
Wild steaks.
Wild steaks. Hey, we've got a song to do that I only thought about doing this morning when I was driving. I drove 2.5 hours to work.
For your job?
For my job.
You drove to Launceston.
I drove from Hobart to Launceston, about 250-ish Ks. I don't know.
Something like that.
There, about 2 hours, 2.5 hours with roadworks. And I thought about this song, and I'm like, oh, this is what else I thought of in our podcast. Sometimes I'm all mysterious about, what are we going to do? What song are we going to do? And I like announce it like it's a big surprise. But do you know what happened on the weekend when I was listening to a podcast of ours?
No, what happened?
It's on the bloody screen. The title of the song's on the flopping screen.
Yes, that's a very good point. I've forgotten about that. So here we are, holding off for 5 minutes, holding off, building up the tension, ratcheting it up, and everyone's going, just talk about the song. Just get to it.
Just do the bloody thing. So it's this week is Never Tear Us Apart by INXS, which is one of my all-time favourite songs.
Fantastic.
In fact, in February, March next year, we've already bought tickets to go see the Australian INXS show when they come to Hobart.
Oh, fantastic. Look, is Michael Hutchins going to be there?
Yes.
He is?
Yeah, just in a little urn.
How's he going to sing in the... Is he going to have a little microphone in the urn?
In the urn.
Brilliant. Yeah. That's brilliant.
And he's doing a Bowie song. Yeah, he's doing... I think it's Bowie.
Which song is it?
Ashes to ashes.
That is Bowie.
Yeah,
I don't know this. I've heard that before. Yeah, nice.
We know Major Tom's a junkie. Is that the lyrics? Or
yes, it is.
Or is that a Mondegreen?
I don't know now.
We're gonna.
I know there's a Mondegreen in another song
that we're doing next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Cheeky. So these podcasts come out every Saturday morning. If you would like to...
when we first started this podcast, we call it a weekly-ish podcast.
Yep.
Yet we have been bang on
every
single week.
I think it's time for us to re-record our introduction very soon.
Yep.
And commit to a weekly podcast because this is fun. And we're right on. We're about 7 weeks ahead.
Turns out we can manage a weekly podcast. Because we put that in our back pocket just so, if we skipped a week, whatever.
John and I have been known to flake out on projects before.
Yeah.
But this is good.
This is our most consistent project to date.
Apart from raising our kids.
Yes, but we didn't raise them together.
Now I've made us sound like a gay couple. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, Jerry.
I was sitting under a pride flag on the weekend having a drink. Yeah, I looked up and there was a big pride flag above me. Sitting there with a friend.
You didn't get any on you, did you?
Any pride on me?
No,
I didn't.
Oh, it's all right. Because then you need to get yourself Pope on a rope.
No, a wonderful time was had by all. Brilliant weekend.
So, hello, Mercedes.
Oh, yes, we were talking about Mercedes.
Hello, Mercedes. Thank you for your feedback. We are telling everyone right now that we don't edit.
We don't edit. This is what you hear is what you get.
But we do talk about lyrics. Let's talk about Never Tear Us Apart, which is also very good advice, especially if you are made of paper or have any sort of...
Or maybe if you're a gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Imagine, but it's probably from the point of view of a gingerbread man. It makes perfect sense.
Never tear us apart. Never tear me or my friends. No, don't tell me apart. Don't tear me apart. All right, let's go. Don't ask me.
Don't ask you what?
What you know is true.
Well, I don't know. What do I know is true? The sun's hot. The sun's pretty hot. I know that's true.
Don't ask me what you know is true.
And so I'm not meant to ask you about the sun being hot. I'm not meant to talk to you. Okay.
What else do you know is true?
Sky's blue. Grass is green.
Don't ask me.
So I can make the statement, but I can't say to you, Grant, what's the colour of the grass?
Ah, that's exactly
right.
Yeah,
so I can't ask. Well, I don't need to ask you because I already know it's true.
Reminds me of a really funny joke. Can I do a joke? Is this the
Please do.
This is like a joke.
Oh, we don't do those. Yeah, please, look, let's have a change of pace. Yeah, absolutely. Do a joke.
Okay, let me know in the comments if
if the joke is a success or not.
So the joke's called Definitely.
Please, John and Grant, don't do jokes ever again. No, sorry, I shouldn't preempt it like that.
So it's a Little Johnny joke. It's called Definitely. So Little Johnny's in the classroom, and the teacher says, "I want you to think of a sentence using the word definitely." And he goes, "Oh, miss, mate." And she goes, "All right, Johnny, go ahead." He goes, "Miss, the sky is definitely blue."
Mm-hmm.
Goes, "That's very good, Johnny. Very good." "Oh, me again, miss, again." "Oh, go on, Johnny. What is it?" "Oh, the grass is definitely green."
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Very good." And little Mary puts her hand up. She goes, "Miss, I know. The fridge is definitely cold." And she goes, "That's very good, Mary. Very good." And Johnny goes, "One more time. Miss, farts definitely have lumps in them." She goes, "No, Johnny. Farts definitely do not have lumps in them." He goes, "Oh, then miss. I've definitely shit my pants."
That is so silly. But yeah, I laughed.
So don't
Shame
ask
on
me. Don't have to tell you. I love your precious heart.
But you just did.
No.
Well, you don't have to tell me, but you did. You know what? And I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate you love me.
But just your precious heart.
Just that?
See, look,
Nothing else?
I'm gonna tell you, look, I appreciate the beauty of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I think my wife is very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And
I appreciate the beauty of your wife as well.
I've never seen her heart.
Haven't you? You never seen her blood pumping muscle?
Not even on an ultrasound. I've seen her blood pumping muscle, but I haven't seen her heart. Not even on an ultrasound. So I don't know whether it's. I like her figure. I'm not going to say boobs and bum on this podcast.
You can say figure.
I was going to say figure.
Figure. She's got a lovely figure.
She's got a pretty face, nice hair, all those sorts of things.
You don't. You know what? You married up.
Did I ever?
Yeah, you got a good deal there, mate. You got a good deal there. You look after her.
I nearly went to purchase today some anti-aging serum.
What, for you?
Yeah, for me.
Oh.
For me, because she still gets, like, we're both the same sort of age. She's a couple of years or 18 months younger than me. I'm 50.
Yeah.
And Gaynor's turning 50 in March.
Yeah.
Next year. So she was born 74, I was born 72. But
yeah. Same-ish.
Same-ish age. She still gets asked if she's in her 30s.
Really?
Yeah. And good on you for asking that, Helen Keller. I appreciate.
But you know what it is, Grant?
What?
It's all those years in Rent-A-Gent.
Yeah.
They were some tough years. Yeah, we're only there for like a decade. But you know what? I look a similar age to you. I don't look young, and I don't look in my 30s anymore, that's for sure.
No.
And I think it's those tough years we had in Rent-A-Gent, you know, keeping Melania Trump happy, and
they were hard on us.
Sigourney Weaver. You know, they were tough years. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fun. And the money was good, and boy did I smash some pianos in that time.
Oh, I remember that.
Melania Trump loved smashing pianos. Don't know what it was. Anyway.
With her feet.
Oh, she could kick a piano, that girl. No, in fact, to look at her, because she's in the news quite a lot now, you'd never imagine she's good at kicking a piano over.
I just managed to pay off the whole custard bill last week too.
The custard bill?
Uh-huh. Yep.
The custard bill?
From Rent-A-Gent.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a big bill. Every single week, a full Olympic-sized swimming pool full of custard. I mean, that was a lot of custard.
Hold on. Did they make you pay for the custard out of your pocket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man, sorry.
What happened?
I don't want to speak out of turn, man, but
okay.
I, you know, in my job, I used quite a lot of whipped cream, and they supplied it.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, did they not?
Were you a union worker, or like?
I was in the Manhorse Union.
I wasn't in the union.
You weren't in the. I didn't. I had no idea. Otherwise,
no, you're a union worker.
Yeah, I was a union worker. Yeah. The things you learn later on, years later. Oh, I feel bad for you.
Speaking of Rent-A-Gent.
Yep.
I was standing there.
You were standing there.
Yeah.
Under a street light.
And you were there.
Showing your ankles.
And you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Remember that noise? Do you know what caused it?
You know what sort of... It was huge. It was a massive noise. Like, it was the biggest noise I'd ever heard. What? Do you remember what it was?
Took out the wheelie bins? Was
it?
So it could have been... So if you're playing along at home, did I, A, take out the wheelie bins, B, it was thunder, or C, two worlds collided?
Two worlds collided. That's a galaxy-wide catastrophe.
Yeah. So
which would sound similar to bins being taken up a driveway. To be honest.
But don't you think if like Michael Hutchence one of the world's most famous songwriters.
Absolutely.
If that happened,
Absolutely.
don't you think he would have led with that in the song? Like, it's probably the most important part of the song. Like, it's the part that would have affected the most people.
My issue is that if two worlds had actually collided, everybody would be dead.
So
I'm doubting it actually happened. I think he's being artistically a bit of artistic license.
He's not autistic. He's not autistic.
Yeah, some autistic license. He's got autistic license. Yeah. He's got a license to be autistic.
Yeah, definitely two words. Definitely two words collided. Definitely Kmart. Definitely Kmart.
But he's very definite about it. Two worlds collided.
Yeah.
Which worlds?
Well, so what I like about this is that he was standing on one side. Let's call it the east of one world, and she, I assume, was standing on the west of the other world. And then the two worlds collided, like with the force of two giant planets.
Yeah.
And they could never tear us apart, because you'd basically be mushed together.
So you'd be
like the inhabitants of an imploded submarine.
Yes.
Too soon? Is it too
well, technically, this is coming out.
This is 7 weeks later. So
a little side story.
No, hang on. We don't do those on this podcast.
I was on holiday.
Yeah.
I was on holiday recently, having my Smashiversary.
Yes.
And I was on holiday with a ex-submarine mechanic and engineer. Submariner,
Yeah.
an Australian submariner, and he told me in exact detail what they would have gone through, and it was horrific.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have known about it.
They basically turned into meat
mush. Meat mush.
Fish food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And boiled very quickly.
Yes.
Like the power, the heat, like the surface of the sun when it imploded, then bang. Oh, so much.
Yeah.
Whew.
But at least they didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know.
Would have been worse if they were sitting there. Like, imagine...
Because in the movies, they sit there and then suddenly they... And oh no, it's leaking.
What's happening to my submarine?
What's happening? Quick, surface. Oh, we can't. There was none of that.
Somebody hunch for Red October.
What's happening? Torpedo alert. They were hit by a German World War II torpedo that had just been revolving around the world for 60 years.
I desperately want to film us recording just for the faces.
And my finger going around the world. This torpedo going around the world, like people wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I'm doing it with my finger so people can see on a podcast.
Far too many visual gags.
There are...
And even down to the point where at the start of the podcast, I called everyone our viewers. So there's that.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not a viewer.
No, it's all right, because Donald Trump recently said he hadn't seen the recording. So I think it's all right. I think it's all right to be able to see a podcast.
I haven't seen the recording, but I trust it was a good recording. It was the best recording I've ever done. It was probably the
because
best
when you listen to a podcast, sometimes some people, depends if you're a visual thinker, you do see parts of it in your head. Technically, they are viewers.
For anyone that's not seen us ever in real life or a photo of us,
yeah,
draw us and post it on.
That would be fun.
Yeah, do a drawing of us and post it on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Just bear in mind, I, John, am dead handsome. Grant's not. Anyway,
I look like my face has been on fire and put out with a bike.
Like it was been hit by a trout.
Like I fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
No, actually, I was joking. That's not true. You're a handsome lad. Don't worry about it. I mean, you worked at Rent-A-Gent, admittedly 20 years ago, before you before you hit the branches.
Don't backpedal now. It's normally me putting shit on you. And sometimes I feel so bad. I listen back to our podcast and I feel so bad that some things I say are proper mean. And
to be honest, I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, but I do, and I'm like, oh, you're a prick, Mullen. You're a prick. Hey, John, we could live for 1,000 years.
Oh, that's a lot of serum. Was that why you were buying
That's
that?
why I'm buying the anti-aging serum.
I'm assuming you're going to give me like a bucket of it, because if we're going to live for 1,000 years, we're going to need a lot of serum.
We might need to do something about the smell after about 150.
The showers.
You think?
Yeah. Just take a shower on the reg and you could live for 1,000 years.
We look like walking beef jerky after 1,000 years.
Like we've just been in a submarine and it imploded. But we'd still be out and alive. I mean, it does say we could live. I mean, maybe we would. Maybe it's only going to be 900.
And if we did, I'd like to live in keep our friendship the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it will be.
How many episodes of this podcast do you think we'll be up to at 1,000? It'll be 3,960, 3,650, wouldn't it?
It'll be a big number.
How many weeks are there in a year? 52. So we
52.
do 1,000. That's like millions.
That's heaps. We've got a lot of work to do. We're going to run out of songs. Luckily, people are still writing them.
Yeah.
We could go forever. We could go forever. Or at least 1,000 years.
Yeah. Well, so it would be like, welcome.
To be honest, though, I mean, around 870, 880, I'm going to be getting tired.
So
880 years of this.
And people will still be talking about our first one going, sound quality wasn't very good.
And it may not be a podcast in the future. I mean, imagine 800 years from now, what are people listening on? Maybe it's a device that's already in their brain.
Oh,
I don't know.
People will still be going, I think they should build that stadium in Hobart. So Hobart still won't have a cable car.
Yeah, no cable car, no stadium.
That is a location joke. Do you know, we've got like 37% of our listeners are in the US at the moment.
Why are they there? Have they gone on holiday?
Yeah, no. Talking about the US, we probably should mention that we did a collab with some podcasters in the US as well. So
I was looking at those guys.
Yeah, so Michael and Jeremy Steal Your Podcast. We did a collab with them. Michael and Jeremy, they're pretty funny guys. They're pretty funny looking guys.
It's an awesome the concept they have for their podcast is a good concept.
It's a really good concept.
Yeah.
Do we have any notes for them on how they can do better?
Yeah, don't steal our podcast.
Yeah. Stop crashing.
Nearly had fisticuffs with them.
I know.
So yeah, go over.
That's a pretty funny podcast.
And make your own.
They swear heaps. Like
they do say naughty words.
You know, so like we keep ours relatively PG-13.
You keep yours PG-13. I'm a little bit.
You haven't
I said some sweary words
not
from
for
time to time.
ages. Nah, not for.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Do one now. Go on.
All right. You know what? Poop.
Oh,
there you go. If you're offended, don't care.
Yeah,
don't care. It's a free podcast. If I want to say poop, I'll say poop. Don't care, mate.
Yeah,
don't care.
I've got a swear word.
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah. Bum.
Oh, stop it. When I was a kid,
yeah.
I can't remember why. Like we just moved from Australia to England. My mum said I wasn't allowed to do something. So I thought I'm going to do the most vile, awful thing I possibly can. So I got a piece of paper and wrote the most evil words I could think of. Bear in mind, I'm 5 years old.
Yeah.
So I wrote in crayon, poo poo, bum bum, and wee wee, and I put it on the fence on the outside facing the road of my grandma's house. So it was facing the road. And as a 5-year-old boy, I could not work out for the life of me why old ladies weren't screaming. Why aren't cars crashing? Why aren't bus drivers going, whoa, and driving up and crashing into schools? Because I thought I'd done something absolutely terrible. And I stuck it on with spit. And I thought, and the people were walking past it and taking no notice. I couldn't work this out. I just did something so, like, I was like the Joker or something, taking over the world.
That's where the term "take offence" comes from.
Take offence. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Me and my cousin Adam and my other cousin Luke, who are brothers, Adam and Luke are brothers. We used to string swear words together to make super long swear words.
Nice.
And I can still remember what one. I can't say the other one because it's got an
too sweary.
FS. No, I can't say it because it's like really, it's like not even.
Is there the one that you can say?
Yeah, poo bum dick wee willy.
Brilliant.
Poo bum dick wee willy.
I like that.
I still say it sometimes if I stub my toe or something, and there's little people all around. Like, oh, poo bum dick wee willy.
And that's not the one you want your boss to hear when you do that. What did you say?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, poo bum dick wee willy. Grant needs to go to HR.
What did you say, young man?
I'm always being threatened to go to HR. But if I hurt you, do you know what I'd do to make it better?
What would you do?
I'd make wine from your tears.
Wait, what? With the salty wine?
Yeah.
That's a lot of tears.
Nah, it's just a little bit of wine. And that's where the term "stop whining" comes from.
Oh, very nice, very nice. But you got to like ferment. That's a whole. We've just been looking at your alcohol making process.
Yep.
While you're making alcohol, while you're doing dry July, you're just tempting yourself.
By the time this podcast comes out, dry July is over.
But the funny thing is, we're 3 days into July.
It's been a tough month.
It's been a tough, and he's already right. I'm going to make this vodka. I'm going to make this alcohol.
I'm making 30 litres of vodka for the 1st of August.
And that'll last you, what, 3 days?
Hey, look, I told you that we could fly.
Why?
Because we all have wings.
Wait, who?
Yeah,
where's my wings?
Some of us don't know why.
Don't know why. I don't know why I don't have wings. You've just said we all have wings.
Yeah, we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I'm looking at yours.
I can't even see them.
Can't you see mine?
I can hear them. Can't see them.
Well,
no.
You sure?
Yeah, definitely not.
Have you been a smoking the hoochie?
Yeah,
it's beside the point.
I have, but I quit. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So that we could fly because we all have wings.
Yeah, just some of us don't know why.
Like physical, actual wings, like a bird, like a sparrow.
Oh no! Those wings that wrap around to protect your underwear.
You see, it says we all do. I don't have those. I thought they were a girl's thing.
Do you have a...
Mind you, I can't ride a horse or play tennis, whereas in the ads they can.
I'll prove that you have it. I'll prove that you have wings.
Okay.
Do you have a mobile phone?
Yes, I do.
What sort of mobile phone?
It is an iPhone 11.
What country was it made in?
It actually, I don't know where it was made. China?
China?
Yeah.
So what noise does it make when someone calls you?
Wing, wing. Nice. I wondered where you were going. You took it round the campsite and all the way back to the front entrance. Well done. Love it. Brilliant.
I can't believe you didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't. You cheeky...
Our other three...
You cheeky bum.
You go have a wee.
Oh, poo-poo. What? Oh, I'm so offended. You know, somebody's listening and hearing poo-poo and bum, and they're going... Oh, I don't like that kind of language.
This is one of the most famous songs in the world, and we've so far talked about poos and wees and poo bum dick wee willies and all that sort of stuff.
It's about a regular level.
But do you know we've covered all the lyrics except for the bits that repeat at the end, and we're still not at our full half hour. So it just goes on with the same thing, which I love, because this song's more about the music and the beauty of the music, and the strings and the... Do you know the saxophonist / keyboard player / guitarist from INXS is from Tasmania?
Yes, and
Kurt.
I saw him.
Is it Kurt?
Yes, he was down at the Whaler a few months ago.
Ah, really?
In Hobart.
What was he doing?
He was just having a pint.
I thought he might have been wailing.
No, he was having a pint with his missus.
Wailing, going...
No, he was just being very quiet and respectful and just sitting there. In fact, my friend Dan, he's like a celebrity magnet, and if you hang around with him, you end up... It's a weird anomaly, I don't get it, but if you hang with him, you see celebrities.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know why. He's some magic power.
If you're a celebrity and you know Dan...
Yeah.
Let us know. Drop us a line.
I think all celebrities know him.
Yeah.
I think they all know him secretly, and he just pretends, oh, look, there's Glenn Pingilly or whatever his name was. I'm like, who? And he's out of NXS. He's over there.
Ah, Glenn Pingilly. Oh, so we went to see, what's his name? Don McLean.
Yeah.
We went to see Don McLean in concert. Mm-hmm. And this is how much of a music buff I am. We get to see Don McLean, and there's a table selling merchandise, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, cool, merch. I wouldn't mind buying some American Pie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Vincent van Gogh, Starry, Starry Night, sort of Don McLean merch. Anyway, I get there and there's like cowboy stuff. And I'm like, oh, what's this? And the lady goes, oh, it's for the support act. And I'm like, okay, well, who's the support act? She goes, oh, it's Andrew Farriss. And I go, who?
Yeah, I've never heard.
Well, you have. Because he's one of the founding 3 Farriss brothers that formed INXS.
Oh!
But he now does country music.
Oh!
Yeah, and I love you, Andrew, for what you did with INXS.
But you know what? He's earning a living. He's earning a living.
He's not... It's a passion project, I'm sure. He's not doing this to make the mega bucks. Some of the songs were good.
He probably already made those. He doesn't have to... Yeah.
I did download the album... But he did some NXS songs on the night anyway, which was kind of good. And Never Tear Us Apart was one of them. So that has been the But I Won't Do That episode of INXS's Don't Never Tear Us Apart. John, do you have any thoughts on this song?
No, we've done it. We're done. I quite enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I thought our tangents were a bit. I thought we had more tangents than song for this one, but you know what? That's okay. Some of our listeners love a tangent.
We had more tangents than Pythagoras in this episode. We had more
certainly
tangents
did.
than we didn't even need to get out our scientific calculators to use sine, cos, and tan to work out our tangents.
I remember those.
Yeah.
We didn't even need. But you know what? We're good at tangents.
Tangents.
Yeah. You know what? I love a succulent tangentrine.
Should we just throw out a few of our keywords in the finish? I'll start. Bamboo spoons.
Bamboo spoons, bamboo spoons. Everybody's gonna get a bamboo spoon.
And
Если я чешу в затылке, не беда. В голове моей опилки, да.
Hey, that's it for this week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye, folks.
А также шумелки, пыхтелки и сопелки. Сочиняю я неплохо иногда. Да. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух. Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он худеть не станет. А ведь он худеть не станет, если, конечно, вовремя подкрепиться. Да. Трам-парам-па-пам-парам-па-пам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пум-пурум-пу-трам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пу-пурум-пум. Пум-пу-пум-пурум-пум-пум. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух. Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он толстеть не станет.